October in Europe is often seen as a gentle transition, a time when the last warmth of summer lingers in the air, but the first hints of winter begin to make themselves known. The mornings are crisp, the afternoons mild, and the evenings cool, inviting people to enjoy the outdoors in light jackets and scarves. Parks and city streets are painted with golden leaves, and there's a sense of calm anticipation as nature prepares for the colder months ahead. Across France, Germany, and the UK, this period is usually marked by a gradual cooling. People expect to slowly swap out their summer wardrobes for warmer layers, not to be caught off guard by a sudden freeze. It's a time for leisurely strolls, outdoor markets, and enjoying the last bursts of autumn color before winter sets in. In southern Europe, the warmth often lingers, with beaches still drawing visitors and outdoor cafes bustling well into October. Meanwhile, Scandinavia experiences a steady, measured decline in temperatures, with forests turning brilliant shades of red and gold, but rarely facing abrupt changes. Typically, autumn acts as a calm bridge between the extremes of summer and winter. The weather is stable, the days are predictable, and surprises are few and far between. It's a season that allows people and nature alike to adjust gradually. But this year, something unusual is unfolding. The familiar script of a mild, uneventful autumn has been rewritten, catching many off guard. Instead of a slow, gentle slide into cooler weather, Europe is now bracing for a sudden and powerful blast of Arctic air. This shift is not just a minor dip in temperature, it's a dramatic, early arrival of winter's chill. This isn't the typical autumn chill that people expect. It's a significant event, bringing winter-like conditions weeks ahead of schedule. Snow is falling where leaves should still be on the trees, and frost is covering parks and city streets much earlier than usual. Daily routines are being upended. Commuters are reaching for heavy coats, travel plans are disrupted, and even the natural rhythm of the season is thrown off balance. The sudden cold is affecting everything from transportation to outdoor activities. As storm clouds gather and the weather turns unpredictable, the atmosphere is about to remind us all just how dynamic and truly unpredictable it can be, challenging our expectations for what autumn in Europe should feel like. A powerful Arctic cold blast is sweeping south, surging down from the polar regions with remarkable speed and intensity. This isn't just a typical seasonal chill, it's a dramatic shift in the weather, catching many by surprise as it barrels across the continent. In a matter of hours, Europe is being flipped from the golden hues of autumn to the stark whites of winter almost overnight. The transformation is so sudden that many cities are witnessing leaves still clinging to trees, now weighed down by fresh snow. Temperatures are set to plunge by an astonishing 8 to 12 degrees Celsius, below what's considered normal for this time of year, with some areas bracing for even more dramatic drops as the cold air deepens. In parts of Eastern and Central Europe, the mercury will fall to levels rarely seen so early in the season, forcing people to dig out their winter coats and brace for biting winds and swirling snow. Instead of enjoying crisp, mild autumn days, millions will wake up to scenes more typical of late November or even December. Streets that were bustling with autumn activity will be blanketed in snow, and the sudden change will catch many off guard. This extraordinary cold is being driven by a stubborn, blocking high-pressure system anchored over the North Atlantic. This system is acting like a wall, redirecting frigid Arctic air deep into the heart of Europe and preventing milder air from moving in. The result is a widespread chill that will be felt from the UK and Scandinavia all the way to the heart of mainland Europe. Cities like London, Oslo, and Berlin will see temperatures tumble, and residents will need to bundle up against the sudden freeze. In the north, the unstable cold air will trigger the season's first significant snowfall, blanketing Scandinavia and northern Europe in a fresh layer of white. For many, this will be the earliest snow they've seen in years. Elsewhere, widespread hard frosts will grip the landscape, turning fields and gardens into icy scenes and making mornings especially treacherous for drivers and pedestrians alike. Meanwhile, in the south, where the advancing cold collides with lingering warm Mediterranean air, the stage is set for intense weather. Expect heavy rain, severe thunderstorms, and even the risk of flash flooding in some areas. This is not just a brief cold snap, but a complete atmospheric pattern change. Meteorologists are calling it one of the most significant early season shifts in recent memory, with weather maps showing dramatic changes across the continent. Millions will be affected by hazardous conditions, from icy roads and sidewalks to power outages and travel disruptions. Emergency services are already preparing for a surge in weather-related incidents. The impact will be felt in daily life as commuters face delays, parents bundle up their children for school, and communities adapt to the sudden onset of winter. Agriculture will also take a hit, with frost threatening late crops, while travel networks struggle to cope with snow and ice, leading to delays and disruptions across the region. October's weather has been completely rewritten by this Arctic intrusion, marking a historic and memorable start to the winter season for millions across Europe. Scandinavia is on the front line, with Norway, Sweden, and Finland set for heavy, persistent snowfall. Forecasts call for 30 to 50 centimeters of snow, exceptional for October. Mountainous regions in southwestern Norway could see up to 1.5 meters, enough to close passes and isolate communities. This early snow will disrupt travel, require emergency preparations, and challenge even the snow-savvy locals. The deep snowpack will reflect sunlight, reinforcing the cold and making it harder for milder air to return. This isn't just a winter preview, it could set the stage for a long, severe season. The October cold blast may mark the true start of winter for Scandinavia. Residents must adapt quickly to winter conditions. The landscape will transform, and so will daily routines. As Arctic air moves south, Western and Central Europe brace for their first widespread frosts. Ireland, the UK, France, and Germany will see temperatures near or below freezing, weeks earlier than usual. Expect icy mornings, frosted lawns, and a sudden need for winter coats and scarves. The cold will be sharpest at night and in the early morning, with some areas dipping below 0 Celsius. Sensitive plants and crops are at risk, and travel may become hazardous. Further east, the cold core will settle over France, the Alps, Italy, and the Balkans, bringing the most anomalous temperatures. The abrupt shift signals a major disruption in Europe's typical weather patterns. Winter has arrived early, leaving no doubt that autumn's mildness is over. Residents must prepare for a memorable and frosty start to the season. While the north faces snow and frost, southern Europe braces for storms and floods. The clash of Arctic air with warm Mediterranean moisture will spark heavy rain, thunderstorms, and strong winds. Italy, Slovenia, Croatia, and Greece are at high risk for torrential downpours and flooding, especially with already saturated ground. Powerful winds may cause power outages and coastal flooding. The Mediterranean's warmth fuels these storms, making them more intense. This severe weather is directly linked to the Arctic blast affecting the whole continent. Residents must stay alert, heed warnings, and prepare for rapidly changing conditions. The usually calm Mediterranean is about to turn volatile. Southern Europe's challenge will be water, not snow. The root of this cold spell lies high above the Arctic, in the Polar Vortex. Normally a strong vortex keeps frigid air locked in the north, but this year it's weak and unstable, the weakest for October in 40 years. When the vortex wobbles, Arctic air escapes and surges south, bringing winter to Europe. Think of the vortex as a fence. When it breaks, the cold pours out. This isn't just a minor dip, it's a major outbreak driven by atmospheric instability. The weakened vortex is influenced by weather systems below, especially strong high-pressure areas. These systems send energy upward, disrupting the vortex and unleashing cold air. The result, a dramatic October cold blast, shaped by events miles above our heads. The polar vortex's instability is the key to Europe's early winter. The story starts in Siberia, where October snow cover was the third highest in 20 years. This vast snowpack cools the land, building a powerful high-pressure system, the Siberian high. That high sends energy waves upward, weakening the polar vortex and setting the stage for Europe's cold outbreak. Heavy Siberian snow is a key trigger in a chain reaction that destabilizes the northern hemisphere's weather. Meteorologists watch this link closely. Early snow often signals a negative North Atlantic oscillation and more cold outbreaks. This year, all signs pointed to a cold early winter for Europe. Siberia's snow has opened the door for Arctic air to sweep the continent. The numbers tell the story. Temperatures across Europe are set to plunge dramatically, with forecasts showing a staggering 8 to 12 degrees Celsius below the seasonal average. This is not just a minor dip, it's a rare and significant anomaly for October, a month that usually brings milder autumn weather. Such a sharp deviation from the norm is almost unheard of at this time of year, and it's sending shockwaves through meteorological communities across the continent. Experts are warning that this cold spell could have far-reaching impacts from agriculture to energy demand, and even daily life for millions of Europeans. Scandinavia is bracing for a true winter onslaught, with forecasts predicting between 30 and 50 centimeters of snow in many areas. In the higher elevations of Norway's mountains, accumulations could reach an astonishing 1.5 meters. This level of snowfall is more typical of midwinter than early autumn, and it's likely to disrupt transportation, close schools, and challenge local infrastructure. Residents are being urged to prepare for hazardous conditions and potential power outages as the snow piles up. The Alps, too, are in the crosshairs of this extreme weather. Meteorologists warn that up to 2 meters of early snow could blanket the region, creating a heightened risk of avalanches and making mountain travel treacherous. Ski resorts may open early, but authorities are cautioning visitors and locals alike to stay alert for rapidly changing conditions and to heed all safety warnings. Meanwhile, southern and central Europe are facing a different kind of threat. Torrential rains are expected to bring more than 200 millimeters of precipitation in just 3 days, an amount that typically falls over the course of an entire month. Urban areas could see flash flooding, while rivers and streams may quickly overflow their banks, putting homes and businesses at risk. Southeast Germany, the Czech Republic, and Poland are particularly vulnerable, with rainfall totals projected between 150 and 250 millimeters. Emergency services are on high alert, preparing for severe flood risks that could disrupt communities, damage infrastructure, and force evacuations in the hardest-hit areas. What's driving these extremes? Meteorologists point to the weakest polar vortex in decades, combined with record-breaking snow cover across Siberia. These rare atmospheric conditions are funneling cold air and moisture into Europe, setting the stage for this extraordinary weather event. This isn't just a cold snap, it's a historic continent-wide event that will be studied for years to come. From the far north to the Mediterranean, nearly every corner of Europe is feeling the effects. The meteorological drivers behind this event are both rare and powerful, combining in a way that few living Europeans have ever experienced. Scientists are closely monitoring the situation, hoping to learn more about how such extreme patterns develop and what they might mean for the future. October 2024 will be remembered for its extraordinary weather, an October unlike any in recent memory, marked by record cold, heavy snow, and relentless rain. Europe is facing a truly exceptional atmospheric event, one that will leave a lasting mark on the continent's weather history and serve as a stark reminder of nature's power and unpredictability. As the cold blast grips Europe, preparation is key. Stock up, check on neighbors, and heed weather alerts. In the north, brace for snow. In the center, protect plants and prepare for icy roads. In the south, watch for floods. This extreme event won't last forever. Patterns will shift and milder air may return. But with a weak polar vortex and heavy Siberian snow, the cold could return later, hinting at a tough winter ahead. This episode is a reminder of nature's power and unpredictability. Weather forecasting and public awareness are more important than ever. For now, stay safe, stay informed, and be ready for rapid changes. Europe's October cold blast is a preview of a dynamic winter to come.